Hello, and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. Gerald is saying hello as well. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor, and we are back in the mid-hall of Garsfeld. On the previous episode, we came to Garsfeld, we talked to Thane Gísil and his son, Gísling, but now we're ready to start our questing in here, by talking to the Thane.
I need your help.
My son's heart is in the right place. The Half-orcs have sacked most of our fields and lurk just outside town. We have held them on the fields, but we will soon find ourselves surrounded. If you could take the fight to them, we might be able to start pushing back towards their camp to the northeast. Travel to the crofts just outside town, you will find the Half-orcs there, or if you don't, they will certainly find you. Go with care.
I need you to do this.
As I said, the safety of my people is of the utmost importance to me. The Half-orcs are causing far more harm than the damage they do outside the town. With our crops ravaged, it won't be long before our supplies of food begin to run dry. There are many among us that require aid. I would ask that you seek out Agilric and Bernwyn, two crofters that have toiled for the good of Garsfeld for many years now. Also, I am certain that my son will have another task for you should you seek him out. Speak to them, and know that you may yet bring hope back to Garsfeld. Let us begin then.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
Oh, my father has sent you. Very well, let me tell you of our next course of action. About 3 days ago, Snowbourn sent a caravan of supplies north to aid us in our situation, but they never made it here. I believe the caravan was ambushed by goblins and half-orcs, and now food that would have saved us is in the hands of our enemy. The goblin riders would have been the ones to strike at any passers-by. They patrol the fields to the east and southwest of Garsfeld. Run them down and see if you can get any of our rations back. Okay, so we have that on one hand. You will have one of the warbands of the Sotcrofts, that is Ramp. The Sotcrofts has 3 warbands, and I aim to get them all. And you might have realized, you might remember, we are also missing 3 warbands from the Endwatch Vale that I hope will get the chance of fighting at some point. But for the time being, let us focus on this quest. We're gonna enter in here. Here we have Bernwyn.
Our success depends upon our strength.
Hello.
Will you aid us?
Bernwyn is my name. If you could spare some time, I would greatly appreciate your help. I have seedlings that are ready to plant, but alas, our crops are damaged nearly beyond repair. The grimness of our situation is not lost on me, traveler. Yet, I know that we can survive, and if we can plant more crops for the next harvest, I know we'll be better off. If you would, go out to the crops. You have strength enough to fend off those wicked half-orcs, so I trust that you can plant these for me. Please be safe, though. And last but not least, we need to find Agilric. Okay. And he's in here. And I don't know if this guy is gonna give me one of those quests in Garsfeld that is really difficult, but it doesn't seem to be this guy.
You aid the Rohirrim.
Ho, traveler! I am Agilric, and until recently I was a respectable crafter. Have you heard that flapping, that infernal cawing on our fields? I thought the half-orcs were bad, but even they do not pick at our wounds. Those dark birds have come to strip away all that is left of our crops. Even the scarecrows have been turned asunder. I have an idea, though. Those birds aren't too bright. Will you go out to the crops and fool them? Hold as still as a scarecrow, and when they come to peck at you, you can solve our problem in your own way. Yes, let me know if this works. Okay, that sounds kind of fun. Posing as a scarecrow. That is something that we haven't done before, for sure. So yeah, let us try and do that. So we're gonna leave Garsfeld. You might remember this is where this Rohirrim rider, Leofram I think it was, he mounted his horse towards the Eves of Angorn. So yes, we technically have been in Garsfeld before, but this is the first time Beriathan himself has been to Garsfeld. Okay, this guy didn't work. So yeah, since we need to be fighting some mounted enemies, I figure we can do this on assailment because it seems to be more effective than using the worsted, which is a shame once again, as I do enjoy mounted combat, especially on a Warden. I've been playing on my captain recently, and while a captain's mounted combat also has many different options and utilities, it's not as smooth as a Warden can be. Yeah, it's kind of sad that that we work better to defeat mounted enemies on foot than we would do on a horse. But especially in this area, since there are many half-orcs around, you would be pulling a lot of enemies if you were to fight on horseback. So for the time being, I much rather stick to this plan, at least for this area once again. Okay, I pulled aggro on that half-orc, it seems. The most annoying part of all, they are ranged. They hit half-orcs, okay. Okay, there is another goblin rider in here. I think we can now switch to determination. And fight these half-orcs in melee. The old-fashioned way. But yeah, we will be coming back to this area many times over. Or at least a couple, I'm not sure exactly how many times, but yeah. So while we wait for more of these goblin riders to respawn, oh, come on. That should be it. Nice, applying some dots on these guys, and I'm seeing them drop at a distance, like fighting on two different fronts. That was fun. Yeah, there is a lot of versatility in stance swapping, but that is something that I have never tried. Not even on my other Warden, but once again, Rohan does give us a chance of doing that. Because I prefer the aesthetics of melee combat more than ranged. And Assailment isn't as important leveling as it is on endgame. I mean, you obviously have the choice on both situations, leveling up and endgame, but when you are doing endgame, if you want to make the most out of your Warden on endgame instances, you do need to stand swap, regardless of which trait line are you running. But not so much if you are leveling. You have more flexibility in there, so that's why I have stuck to melee all this time. And yeah, every time I switch to Assailment, I do see the appeal of it, and it proves very useful in situations such as this when you are fighting mounted enemies. But I just don't see a Warden of the Citadel Guard of Gondor fighting ranged. They seem to be the guys that fight in close quarters. We have here one warband. You have encountered a warband of vicious Craban led by Gundul, a hardy half-orc of Isengard. And for this, I think we can do this. I think you wouldn't have any problems fighting these guys on foot, but the funniest part of fighting these warbands that fight on foot, when you fight them on horseback, you are untouchable. They cannot reach you, so it's kind of fun. Kind of fun seeing them run behind you and not being able to connect a hit. Feels like abusing the system, but it works, and this way you can solo some enemies that you wouldn't be able to otherwise. Like, for example, just this morning I was running through the Pelennor on my captain, and I was fighting precisely one of those Pelennor warbands that is intended for fellowships, and I was able to solo it just by doing this. It does take a while, of course, but it is doable. Now we can switch to Rittermark. Doing our usual strategy, trying to get our power restore. Not working so far. But we can wear this guy down a little bit and possibly finish him on foot if we are not lucky with these power restores, but it shouldn't be that hard to trigger it, right? Worst case scenario, you can just yeah, kite this guy on assailment. Or him down a little bit. But yeah, he likes to do that, like most half-orcs do. He hits really hard. So yeah, it's better idea to wear him down a little on horseback, even if you want to fight him on foot. You have defeated Gundul along with his flock of Craban and brought a moment of peace to the struggling free peoples of Garsfeld. Very well, and what do we have here? Some pots and some marks. Nothing special, really, but well, that's 1 out of 3 in the sod crops. Looks so fun, pretending to be a scarecrow. Wanna try and see if I can get some more cool pictures out of it. Fresh plot. Okay, we also need to plant some seeds. I had forgotten about that. So we will do that. Of course. Let me just get in position. Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I wanted, really. Not every day that you get to be a scarecrow, so yeah, let's leave a record of that. Looks really fun. Oh, come on. Yeah, that's better. So we need to plant 3 more crops and 2 more rounds of the scarecrow thingies. We're almost done. Now, can you get back to Garsfeld by climbing this? I want to try that. But first I need to finish what I'm doing in here. Take a look at how this dawn in Rohan looks. A red dawn. Very fitting. Looks great. Let me take a picture of these ravaged farmlands in Rohan. And one of myself as well, with this awesome sky behind me. Yeah, I do like that too, girly. I think the view is really pretty. Now, that's it basically. Now we can go back to Garsfeld. Just gonna defeat this Craban popping up here. And now let me double check if we can climb these rocks and get back to Garsfeld through this opening. I don't think I have ever done this. But it works really well. So, where is Bernwyn? He's over here on this house. What do we have here?
Will you aid the horse lords?
Thank you, Beriathan. I know not if many of those you planted will make it through the week, but it fills me with hope that one day Garsfeld will be as beautiful as it once was. You have my thanks. You're very welcome, Bernwyn. These are level 83 quests. I guess I'm about to unequip my Son of the Tortoise really soon. Let me just...
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Oh, it worked! Those wretched birds got what they had coming, I say. Thank you for your aid. Maybe now some of my crops will actually make it to the next harvest. I do hope so. Let me know if it does next time I come back. Yeah, let me complete this quest that we have currently underway with Gísil and Gísling, and as soon as we start a new one, I'm gonna take that Son of the Tortoise off.
Will you aid the horse lords?
You ran them down? I'm amazed that so many of the rations were untouched. Those greedy goblins never have any patience. Good. Let my father know that this is on. I am certain he has more use for you.
You did very well.
I am glad you have returned, Beriathan. The Half-orcs will taste revenge for the destruction they have wrought. You have the thanks of Garsfeld, but as always there is more to be done.
Thank you for your help.
You have done very well, Beriathan. I heard joy echoing through Garsfeld in a way I have not for weeks now. Those Half-orcs have given us enough trouble. Now that the people are secure, let us fall upon our foes.
I need your help.
Beriathan, the time has come to bring the fight to these Half-orcs. We cannot allow them and the orcs to unite against us in any coordinated fashion. We have struggled hard to hold against the Half-orcs alone, and would surely fall if they banded together. Travel to their camp and destroy their banners. Show them that such evil will never control even the smallest part of Rohan.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
Since your attack on the field, the goblin riders have pulled back some of their forces to the Half-orc encampment to the northeast of here. We cannot allow them to regroup and set siege upon our crofts again. Track them and run them down. Go with haste.
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
You have done much good for Garsfeld, but my curiosity grows as to how much of our once fertile land remains untouched. Outside the town, the Half-orcs and Craban destroy everything we hold dear. If you would, investigate the fields around Garsfeld and see if there are any signs of life, be it crops or any stragglers who did not heed my father's call to seek shelter within the town. Alrighty, let me equip my pocket item, because I do wanna resume my leveling now. And let's see what else we got in here. Some crafting materials, scroll cases, trophies for gold. Sheet of Istamnet music and Istamnet battle tonic. Good. I don't remember if we already have the recipes for the Kilobrand and Atlas pots, the Istamnet versions. I think we do, but I'm not sure. I'll check that in just a moment. Now, Mordor Orc and Half-orc Archer, you two are going down. You have discovered the main camp of Half-orcs near Garsfeld. You are certain that Gísil would be pleased if many were slain. You come here. Come here, stupid goblin. So I think we can defeat half of the goblins on our way in, and when we leave camp, we'll take care of the other half. They do apply some nasty debuffs. Half-orcs do love fire, it seems. Covered Krash-bálum. So what do we have here? Ripe crop. You have discovered recently harvested crops of Garsfeld inside the Half-orc camp. You should recover them for the good of the folk of Garsfeld. Yeah, you can count on it. Oh, come on. Come over here. Don't get out of range, stupid guy. This seems to be a dead end, so gonna continue exploring the camp, the other side of it. Could you please stay in one single place? Okay, we have more crops in here. These are also the banners that we need for the other quest. But do we need to fight the leader of this camp? Will we come back to this location at some point to do so? Are they leaderless? I don't think so. If they were leaderless, they wouldn't be giving us so much trouble. And this guy is really ugly. Something I always wonder, how this Half-orcs work exactly. Where do they come from? As far as I know, Tolkien didn't provide any in-depth explanation, or rather his views on the matter changed a lot over the years. Not even the origin of the orcs is clear or established, but if that's not settled, then it's not a surprise that the Half-orcs' origins is also some sort of a mystery. Now over there you saw what seemed to be the leader of this camp, but it seems we cannot attack him yet. So I guess, hopefully, we'll get that objective after we finish with these banners, please. No, it seems Gísil will have us come back to this camp at some point and fight the leader of the Half-orcs. Which is a shame. That is something that hadn't happened for a long time, thanks to the inclusion of remote quests and auto bestow quests that would have you do all this in one go. Oh, come on. And rest assured, we'll be back for round 2. But now that we're here, we'll might as well take care of this guy. Now we need to leave camp and look for the goblin rider. This is not the way out. I thought this would be like that orc camp on the Northcroft. You remember that you can get on a ramp and avoid a lot of the fights on your way out. Would be nice if that was the case in here too. But it seems we're not so lucky. So here we have the two warbands, remaining warbands, Cramp and Bogut. Cramp, I believe, is intended for a full fellowship, and Bogut is a raid warband, both of which can be soloed and are not too difficult. Come on! Where is the exit of this place? No, I do remember this is not where we came from. Resisted? Are you serious? Yeah, there is a friggin' exit. Who else are we missing? Ah, this stupid guy that resisted our shorty of death. Well, gonna get you now. Oh, jeez, finally. For a moment there, I thought we wouldn't make it. If you would be so kind as to just die. Aw, come on. That's one. You come over here, stupid goblin. Stop running. Figures. Oh, jeez. He died just as I was getting ready my other gambit. Stop circling around me. Now that it's happening to me, I realize how annoying it is when it happens to you. But I still plan on doing that on the other warbands as much as I can. We have some extra bridles in here, not sure if we're gonna use them, but would be good. Would be a good idea to pile up on some of them so that you can get well, you will get a level 85 bridle when you complete the epic in East Rohan, so it would be nice having some spares so that you can get the legacies you want on your bridle. And you can afterwards, there is widespread devastation on this craft. The crafts are completely torn apart. Okay, we'll continue exploring. So as I was saying, you can craft more bridles for level 95 and level 100. But I have never really bothered doing that on any character. I think the level 85 bridle that you get should be enough, especially considering that worsteds are not used that much after Rohan, a little bit in Gondor, but not too much. And after Gondor, they were just abandoned. So spending a lot of resources on another ally doesn't seem to be the best of ideas, especially considering that level 95 and level 100 are really close together. In my opinion, is not worth it. This cow was slain viciously by an armed attacker. Suddenly, an orc strikes. Well, if you expect to bring me down as easy as you did to that cow, think again. Think again, buddy. So, what do we have there on the horizon? I think this is another sneak peek at Meduseld, Edoras, they're on the horizon, but also the Rohan premium housing that is on the middle of the Kingstead. But from over here, it all looks like one single place, so you can kinda think of it as the entire of Edoras. It doesn't entirely add up, but if the idea of the Kingstead housing bothers you, that might be a solution for it. This craft has suffered massive damage. Nothing remains to save. Okay. Back to Garsfeld once again, it seems. I, for one, don't mind the Rohan premium housing. I don't mind the Kingstead neighborhood. Last time I quested in West Rohan, well, it was with my captain a few months ago, actually. And I think that you can easily avoid it. It isn't that bothersome in my opinion, but we're still gonna double check that when we come to West Rohan, so stay tuned.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Excellent! Their defenses are sufficiently weakened now. My men and I will handle this ourselves. These horrid foes will be driven from our lands. As for you, my father wishes to speak about another matter.
Will you aid the horse lords?
Thank you for returning this to us. I had assumed they were merely burning our fields to the ground, but I am glad that some of our crops could be saved. I will have these crops distributed among the people.
Our mission is dire.
Orcs? This is far than I thought, Beriathan, far worse than I thought. We will soon find ourselves surrounded by the very worst of our enemies. We need to take action quickly if Garsfeld is to survive.
You did very well.
Good. Those half-orcs will pay for giving us so much trouble. The loss of their vineyards will symbolize what little stake they will continue to have in our lands. A strong start, to be sure, but we have more work to do. Thank you, Beriathan.
Thank you for your help.
They received what they deserved, Beriathan. Rohan will hold strong, no matter the foe. Thank you for your aid.
I need your help.
Agelric told me of your efforts to drive the Craban from our crafts. You aided us greatly, but as always, the Craban have flocked back to Garsfeld. When the Craban first arrived, they came from the west. They were simply a nuisance at first, but you can see for yourself what they have done to our crops. I had the crofters set traps near their homes a few weeks back, but since the goblins and half-orcs raided our field, the traps have been of little use. If you would, travel out to the crofts and thin their numbers. Also, if you could place bait in the traps, we might find at least some success against these fiends. Very well, you can count on that as well. I think we have enough time for this last set of quests. What say you, girlie? I don't know what happened to you, but yeah. I don't know why pits sometimes do that. I don't use pets that much on my other characters. I wasn't a big fan at first, and the game has introduced some really nice pets, and there is a lot of variety in it. But even then, I don't use them as much. Geralif, for sure, is the one that I use the most. So yeah, I have no idea why sometimes pets act so weird. Well, you're already here. Oh god. Defeat Craban and place bait on their traps, which I think were these structures that we saw on our way back. Well, let us double check that. Let us hide this. Yeah, these are the traps. So nothing else in the sub crop? Not yet. Okay. Can you please also die? Yeah. That's it. So let us try and get the traps first. And then we'll take care of the birds. Alright, there we go. Now we can focus on the Craban. Let us try this. Let us see if we can apply some dots on them. Some bleed. And pull them all to one same spot. Very well. Now let us go back to Garsfeld. Let's try to avoid this fight. Back to Gísil. Okay.
You did
Very good. The Craban should no longer pose such a threat to us. The time has come for a discussion about your actions here and about the future of Garsfeld. But for now, you again have my thanks.
I need you to do this.
Beriathan, we cannot deceive ourselves any longer. The Half-orcs will continue to hunt us at every turn. More Craban will flock here from the west, and with the orcs pushing up from the south, we simply will not survive. Some action must be taken, and while I already know what I feel must be done, I would ask that you speak to two of my most trusted soldiers and my son. Go to them and learn their opinions, then we shall speak again. Ought not. Okay, it's over here. Down this path.
Will you aid the horse lords?
Gísil wishes to know my thoughts. Then he shall have them. Garsfeld will fall. Our foes are too numerous and no aid comes for us from the reef. We should flee to Snowbourn while we still can.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
I will tell you what action should be taken. We should slaughter our foes, every last one. Gísil is the most seasoned warrior among us, yet here he sits, content to converse as our proud town burns to the ground. Albert spits on the ground. There are more than enough of us to defeat any foe we face, but we cower within these walls. I respect my lord, but I have lost my patience. When Gísil is ready to take action, he can tell me himself.
Our mission is dire.
My father knows my feelings. I am hesitant to abandon the town I have called my home for many years now, but I know that our foes will eventually find their way in. Perhaps if we could evacuate the crofters to Snowbourn, we could at least protect those that cannot defend themselves. I do not know for certain that it will do us any good, but tell my father of my thoughts.
You did very well.
Ah yes, all three of them said exactly what I expected. My son and I see eye to eye on this matter. The crofters must be left to safety, for there is no way to hold against these forces. However, with the caravans destroyed between Snowbourn and Garsfeld, many challenges will come with this decision. We have much to discuss. Alright, so I guess this is the end of today's episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. Join me next time and we'll continue helping Gísil and Gísling in the defense of Garsfeld. For the time being, I hope you enjoyed watching this episode, and thank you so much for watching it as well. And until the next one, my friends, stay safe, take care, good luck to you all, and I will see you later.